Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my March favorites. I know I don't do favorites every month because sometimes I feel like it can get repetitive and I don't want to just pull some products that I'm not loving just for the sake of a favorites video. So today we're actually talking about things that I've been loving over the past few months or some new products that I found that I am in love with. So if you want to know what I've been loving for the past few months, then please keep watching. The first company I want to talk about is a company that I've been subscribed to for a long time. Now that I'm on YouTube, I'm working with them, which is awesome. And it's a company called Scentbird. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's a perfume company, sort of like a subscription company. And I'll kind of go through how it works. Scentbird is a subscription box that you can basically try out perfumes before you marry them or you buy the full bottle. We all know that full bottle of Tom Ford or a full bottle of Gucci perfume is pushing $80 to $100+. That's a big commitment, especially if you haven't tried it, and we all have different pheromones. So sometimes you might like the smell of a perfume and then you get home and actually spray it on yourself and you're not loving it. So before you commit to a full bottle, Scentbird is perfect for trying out new perfumes. They come in these cute little bottles, and the way that you pop them out is you just twist this up and then you just pull it out. So you can change your bottles each month. The other thing I like about Scentbird is you can choose which scents you love, which I love that. So you can go on based on notes and smells that you like, or you can actually go on there and say, I want the Gucci this next, I want the Tom Ford this next, and it'll give you kind of a bank of scents that you want. So for $14.95 a month, they send you a sample of any perfume that you choose. It's about the size of a roller ball, but it comes in a spray, which I love. I'm not a fan of roller balls as much just because when you're on the go, I kind of just want to spritz it on me and be out the door. The first month that you get it, you will get a little case like this, and this is what you're going to hold your perfumes in. So you just pop them in and then twist it down and it's ready to be in your purse. That way it's not spraying everywhere, and it's just a really convenient way to kind of pop it up and down if you want to spray yourself while you're on the go. Another perk of being a member is every time you try a perfume, let's say you love it. So this is the Pink Graffiti from Moscata. You're in love with it and you want to purchase the full bottle. You can actually purchase it from Scentbird, and the $15 that you spent for your monthly sample goes towards your bottle. So you essentially got the sample for free. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Scentbird was nice enough to give me a code for you guys, 25% off your first order. So if you're interested, I will leave it in the description bar below. It's BAB25. So it'll save you 25% off your first $14.95 order. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's something that I've loved. I carry them in my purse all the time, and I'm just happy to be working with a company like Scentbird. It's just a company that I've supported before I was even on YouTube. My next favorite for the month is something I've been loving since it launched. I'm obsessed. It's completely replaced all the products I used to use for my brows, and this is the COLOURPOP brow products. I am in love, you guys. I'm not kidding. These are $5 each. $5. Let that sink in. I am obsessed. I use Dope Taupe in both the colors. Sometimes I use the Honey Blonde if I am super fair. I say super way too much. We've had this conversation. If I'm really fair, which I am when my self-tanner wears off, but Dope Taupe is my weapon of choice, and this is what it looks like. I know that everybody talks about the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Anastasia Dip Brow, which were my holy grails before, but this has replaced them. It's just so affordable, but beyond that, it just works better for me. It's easier, I don't know how to describe it. It stays on all day, and it just really makes doing my brows easier, and we all know that I struggle with doing my brows. I absolutely highly recommend the COLOURPOP brow products. They're both great, and I use them both. I usually sketch out my brows with the brow pencil, and then I go in sparse areas with a winged liner brush just to really kind of even them out. But this is a favorite for sure. Next, I want to talk about a sample I got from Sephora, and I absolutely fell in love. And then when I saw the price, I wanted to like die inside. This is the Needles No More 3D Filler Mask from Dr. BRANDT. I'm sure you're aware, if you're a Sephora shopper like me, especially a VIB Rouge, that you can go down to the bottom bar. If you're not aware, you definitely need to do this. Go down to the bottom bar of Sephora and click on weekly specials, and you basically get a deluxe sample size or just things like that free with a $25 or more purchase, which, let's be real, $25 at Sephora, that's one item. So I'm always stalking the weekly specials, and I'm looking for something good, and they usually have some pretty good stuff, like a mini lip gloss, or like I said, like a deluxe skin sample. So I threw this in my bag thinking, all right, whatever, it's free. Let me see what it's about. And I thought it was a mask because that's the name of it. I thought this is gonna be a mask where you put it on and you let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes and then you wash it off. And that's not how you use it. This is like a moisturizer, and it's kind of confusing, but you can use it day and night, and you can use it before bed or before your makeup. And so I used it like a moisturizer, and I noticed that my foundation went on smooth and my pores were less visible and my fine lines and everything just looked smoother, and it wasn't greasy. It didn't break me out. It didn't add oil to my foundation. So I'm loving this. I've had it, if you can see, I've been kind of digging in there. I've had it for maybe 2 weeks, and I've been trying to use it sparingly because the full size of this is $100. Like $100, but I would pay it. That's how good this is. So my way of dealing with this is making a few Sephora orders and just chucking this bad boy in my cart, because why not? This is, let me see what the size is, 0.35 ounces. So I was like, you know what, if I get 3, it's kind of like an ounce for free. I'm justifying it, but I love it. You need it. If you can get a sample of it, get a sample of it. I'm obsessed with the product. I gotta tell you guys, I've been telling my friend Megan, I've been telling all my friends, they hate me because I really, really, really kill their wallets. But that's what I'm here for. So now I wanna go into kind of a random product that I have not spoke about here on my channel, but I do snap about it. By the way, if you don't follow me on Snap, I haul so much product and I talk about a lot of things that I love. If you are a product junkie, you definitely wanna follow me. I will leave my name somewhere on the screen. But this is something I've talked about. I purchased this myself. It was something that I saw from Makeup by Aloe. If you don't follow her, she's crazy, she's hilarious, she has no filter, and I get a kick out of watching her. This is the Brush Me Off brush soap from BABEZ, and she swears by this. I use typically the Cinema Secrets to do spot cleaning or just kind of quick cleaning, but I needed something to clean my beauty blenders and my foundation brushes. Here's what the soap looks like, and it smells like mentholy a little bit, like a minty, fresh smell, but it doesn't linger on your brushes, which is what I love. This is the jumbo size, but they have sample sizes if you want to try the small size first. I swear by this. This gets anything out of my sponges, anything out of my brushes. So what you do is basically wet your brush or your sponge, and then you would just kind of swirl it around, and then you just wash your brush out. So I love this, and then when you're done with this, I just kind of take a paper towel and pat it dry and then close it up, and that's it. So definitely recommend. $25. I've had this for, I would say 7 to 8 weeks, right? I use it every week, and I would say I still have 2 to 3 months to go, maybe even 4. So $25 for a 5-month product is absolutely phenomenal. So I definitely recommend this. I will link it down below. Next product I want to talk about is something that I don't talk about a lot here on my channel either, but I just tried this and fell in love immediately. This is from Muddy Body, and this is the Detox Clay Mask. So I've seen these all over Instagram. I've seen a lot of people working with the brand and holding it up with the, you know, the mask on their face, and they had reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try the product. Obviously I said, sure, let's try it. I want to see what all the hype is about. Is this real hype or is this bullshit? And I tried it last night. If you follow me again on Snap, I talked about this. I tried it last night and I'm in love with it. It made my skin feel so clean, and I feel like it sucked all the shit out of my nose, like all like the pores, all the gunk that like gets, you know, when you have like blackheads and whiteheads and sebum and all that stuff. I felt like it really got it out of there, and I love that it doesn't have a scent. It's not strongly scented. It didn't irritate my skin. A lot of times I have red skin, so a lot of times if I use like a scented product, my face will be beet red and irritated. It just really did the job. So what you do is you mix a spoonful of this with a few drops of water. You want to start with a little bit of water so you don't get too much, and then just kind of mix it together and then put it on your face for 10 to 15 minutes. And then once it's dry, you just take, you could take a warm washcloth or just warm water and just kind of work it in and rinse it off, and that's it. I did notice my skin felt a little bit dry afterwards. I think that's from the charcoal like sucking all of the crap out of your pores. So I did moisturize before I went to bed, but I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed with it, and I recommend it. You know, I can never recommend a product until I try it myself. This is definitely a product for someone that wants to get the gunk out of their pores. I really love the Glam Glow, but it's $60 a thing. I think this is $25. And I believe they did give me a discount code for 10% off. So I will leave it somewhere on the screen and also in the down bar below. And I probably will go on Snap and talk more in depth about my experience. But I just had to mention this in a favorites because it really is amazing and it just really cleaned out my pores, which is something that I feel like we should all be doing every week. The next product I want to talk about is something that I've had for a long time and I didn't really like it upon first impression, and I've been reaching for it lately and loving it. This is the highlight powder from Bobbi Brown in Bronze Glow. It is super intense. What I found is if you spray your brush with Fix Plus, it will be dramatic and super, super glowy, which I love. If I'm gonna go for it, I'm going for it. I don't really want a subtle highlight. I want the whole shebang, if you know what I'm saying. So here's a swatch of it. It just has that kind of texture, sort of like the Estee Lauder Heat Wave, just that really, I don't know how to describe it. It's just beautiful. Look at that glow. And it just gives you a really dramatic glow. So I've been loving this. I wanted to mention it. I think it is limited edition, but I believe it's still on Sephora. They have a pink glow, which I just ordered, and this is the bronze glow. Also want to talk about a new bronzer that was sent to me from Pure Cosmetics. I'm obsessed with it. It's huge. This is the Glow Together Large Bronzer. You can tell I've been using it. I snapped about this. It has half matte strips and then half shimmer strips. So depending on what look you want, like this is cool enough that you could contour with this, which is what I love. It has no orange tones in it. It's just truly a bronze. So you could use the mattes for a contour, or you could use the shimmers just to bronze up your face. It's really nice. It's not too cool toned to where you're gonna look gray. It's just the perfect warmth. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I will link it down below. They sent it to me and this was a standout product, and I've been using it a lot, and you'll be seeing me using this in tutorials coming up. A product that I've owned for a long time, and I recently pulled it out to talk about all my Morphe products on Snapchat, and then I fell in love with it and I realized, why have I not had this out? This is the 9B palette from Morphe. This is their blush palette. It's so pretty, you guys. And I was like, why have I not had this out? Why have I not been using this? It's just when you get so much new makeup, you kind of keep trying to rotate the new makeup in, and then you kind of put things to the back and you forget about them, and then you're like, oh my god, you rediscover. So you really have all different options here. You have peaches and pinks and hot pinks and reds and mauves, and they're super pigmented. They blend really beautifully. I'm just obsessed with this palette. I do have a discount code with Morphe, which I will leave it down below, but it's just Babsbeauty. But this is something that I'd rediscovered, and I just thought, where have you been all my life? In my IKEA makeup drawer. Why have you not been out? So I'm pulling this bad boy out, and you'll see me using it in tutorials coming up. Alright guys, so that is it for my March favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below what you've been loving, and if anything that I talked about really made you want to try it, or what you're going to pick up, let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a lot of videos coming your way, and don't forget to check out Scentbird. It will be in the description bar if you're interested in trying it out. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.